Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Okay, here's the general plan. This V here is much too wide to handle that short leg of the thing I need to bend. And when I made this, I came up with this honking piece of 4140, and I decided, well, hey, since I've got this really heavy duty piece, let's cut a V here and let's cut a smaller V here, and then I'll be able to rotate it, and at some point or another I put another V here. Well, it sat around for years, and then I needed it for this very specific project that, you know, the nutcracker that I do over and over and over again. And so this part here works perfect. And I forgot about this part down here. So I think what I'm going to be able to do is just get a ram, you know, a V'd ram, and set it up here and be able to make my bend with the ram of the press, because it'll kind of fit right in here, and I'll be able to leave this in place. So that's the kind of general plan that I have. Now what we've came up with, if you notice back here, is a piece of I don't know what it is, some kind of mystery metal, but it does have what I need. And so we're going to cut that to length so that it fits inside of this, and then cut a V out of that piece of steel. And you can see this will fit right in there. It's got a rounded end. All I need to do is V it. So that's pretty cool. I think we've got something here. We'll be back. Okay, we're all set up. First thing I'm going to do is square up this backside because it looks like it was flame cut. So we'll bring it down and start cutting. Okay, well, in order to get this 90-degree point, we're going to have to kick this head up to 45 degrees. Now I hate doing that because, you know, then you got to bring it back down and square up all of the angles again. But it has been a while since I have squared up on my head. Well, it's wanting to fight me. So I think what I'm going to do is put a jack in here and help it out. If I remember correctly, the adjustment screw is a little buggered up. One of the only things wrong with this mill Okay, here we are. As usual, everything is at its max. So let's just get started and see what we got. Well, that's a climb, so we're not going to do that. Okay, I think we did it. I mean, it was just a guess going in there, but let's have a look at it. Okay, we're taking a final cut to get a nice smooth surface, and just gonna run right through it. Okay, that looks pretty good. It gives us a little bit of space for the metal that's being pressed to fold over. That came out nice. So what I need to do now is heat treat it. But and it's pretty hard material, but I think it's supposed to rain tonight. So I'm thinking I'm going to wait for the rain and then tomorrow light the fire in the wood stove almost for the first time this year or this summer. And then put the piece in the fire and bring it up to temperature and then heat treat it that way. And that way, you know, I mean, I'd use a lot of gas getting this thing up to temp. So I will see you tomorrow and see you then. Okay, it's the next morning, and we've got a kind of a unique setup here because this is too wide for my vise. I need to get it flat on the table, but of course, I'm at the furthest extent of my Z rise, and I still don't have enough room. Let's see if I can bring this back around so you can see it. This is almost as far down as I can go. So basically what I've done is I've come in with a couple of 4-inch pieces of scrap and looks like about a 1.5-inch piece of solid, so I can get this thing up solid. And the reason why I'm doing all this is because it didn't rain last night, and I'm out in the forest, and I don't dare light a fire because you know, out here in California, fire is a big no-no in the middle of summer. Even though it's cooler today, it's still not a good idea. And so I can't heat treat that piece that I made yesterday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in to my fold here and just score it with the bit and take, you know, maybe a quarter of the thickness out of it, and that'll weaken it right at that point, and that way when it bends, it'll bend nice and evenly on that line. So, and then I'll do the same for this line here too, although this will be a lot easier to bend, but you know, since I'm here, may as well. So we're here, we've got our basic setup. I need to move this vise over to get it out of the way a bit. Yeah, something like that. There we go. We need to move this whole thing over more towards the center. Now at this point we want to come up with a clamp on each side of this to get this thing down nice and solid. Okay, now we're going to bring the table up just far enough to where it's going to nick this right there. And then we'll bring the table back down and come over on this side, nick it here, and then take the measurement. a little long. That's right on the money. So we need to go that way just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go in until we touch and then go another 60. Okay, we got it this notched and it's ready to put in here and bend. So all we got to do now is bring the ram down so that it's close and get everything all set up. Well, my press just isn't strong enough. That's not good. I think I can fight it in. Really want to get this thing so that it doesn't mess with me. All right, well, I think what we're going to do is just go ahead and heat that up a little bit and get it to be a little bit more flexible. Well, I didn't give up on this. I actually carried it through. I put this in this part in the larger, whatever it's called, brake, and it bent this wonderfully. And so I thought, hey, why not try bending these small tabs in the large one now that I've got it started? And it worked. So I bent them, and Jason welded this back up again. I think we're probably going to come back in and throw another bead on that, a cleaner bead. And then there's still more to do. One thing is that this came out okay. Actually, it looks pretty good. Maybe heat it up just a little bit right at this point here and get that pushed down where it will be closer to the surface, and then throw a bead on that too. And let's just see how that goes. But we've got the basic shape here. It did pull in just a little bit, an eighth of an inch, so we'll just get maybe a little jack here and jack it out, heat it up a bit, and let it relax. And I think we almost have it. So, yeah, I got all excited, and of course I forgot to turn the camera on. But we're here. We've got a bit more to do. Well, okay, we got this project done, and pretty much to the specs we need. There's the whole unit. Now we still have to kind of clean it up a little bit and paint it, but you know, that's the boring stuff. But we're going to be able to put a 7 3/8 inch wide, 14-inch beam in here, and then our customer will be happy. And hey, we've got another project coming right down the line here, so hang in there with me. I know it's been a while since I've had a new project, and you know, it's just the way things go. But at this point, we have a kind of a small lineup. And so, hey, we'll see you next week. Nick Collier, checking out.